Hey yo, welcome back to some Coalish. I'm doing a late night Coalish recording right now. You can see something is different. I have all 5 of these for all 3 factions. Woohoo! Yes, I managed to clear it to a sufficiently well degree. This one was the real pain though. This map, you have to race against the AI that's trying to beat you in terms of scoring. That was awful. That was really bad. So, still trying to raise Yuling over here. Still trying pretty damn hard. Unfortunately, before I raise her, I have to raise... Where are you? Him. Because it's only when I get this skill... it's only when I get this skill that I'm able to auto-deploy for... What's that name? What's the name I'm looking for? It's only when I'm able to get Breakthrough 3 on this skill that I'm able to auto-deploy on S6-10. So you are my immediate goal. I will be devoting my resources to leveling you. For a while. For a while. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Whoop. 13 more levels to go. I'm gonna keep leveling if and where possible. If I can't, well, I'll see you again. And if I can, I'll see you again. That makes no sense. You dingus. Oh god. My auto-deploy just desynced. That is not a good sign. I'll have to do it again. I have to clear it all over again with my... Not you. I have to clear it all over again with a somewhat decent team. Let me try that again. I need you. I need you too. I need you. You are great. Fudora to take some of the pain, the blame, the enemy attacks basically. Do I want to use you? Might as well. I'm doing it for both Mr. Messenger as well as Spirit over here, so I might as well. In that case, let me swap this around to guard form. Guard form? Your defense is 335. Your defense is 281. You're better at tanking attacks than you. But you're much weaker. I mean, like, in terms of levels, so that's not a very fair assessment. I'll use you. Why not? Have to do this again. As usual. You probably don't want to see this. You probably have something better to do with your time. I know, I'm gonna read some story parts there. You should feel less alone, lonely, whatever it is that you feel. I don't know what you feel. Do you feel lonely? Do you feel tired? I am. So much things happened today, man. I can't they killed my medic. They killed my medic. That is not a good sign. Holy shit. They killed my medic. That's not good. That's not good at all. Slam. Put you. Member turn to hold the line. I need a few more DP to put you. Start healing my units. Slam again. Member turn died. Ouch. That hurts, man. Jesus Christ. And my what's that called? My son died again. Not very good. Oof. Well, at least it's going in the auto-deploy, so not much I can do about that. Get a perfect? Perfect. Beautiful. Alright, member turn to the top, spirit to the bottom. Take these guys out. Oh, one moment. Sorry. Something happened. Something came up. Basically, yeah. What's that called? The washing machine was done. I'm not sure if the microphone picked it up, but yeah. Sorry about the interruption. Here we go. Right, those two taken out with thanks to Spirit and Member turn. I managed to clear it in 40 seconds. With 40 seconds remaining. That is ideal. Much better than my previous clear where I had 19 seconds remaining because of the error. Not very pleasant. Not very pleasant at all. Okay, then let's see. I will need more of these. I will need a lot more of these. Can I still exchange? Yes, yes I can. Alright, I will continue farming and I will see you later. Boop. Before I go on, I still have this stage to get an auto deploy on. Did I ever mention how much I love this music? Yeah, I really like this music. Alright, Zhao Mei, let's see. 2 vanguards, 1 medic to keep them healthy, a 3rd vanguard in case, Mr. Messenger here to bait the enemy as well as take out the enemy units, Brunica as well as Heiliang over here to nuke the enemy, Suna as well, deal a lot of damage, Helai over here will deal with the enemy if and where possible. Let's see if this is able to clear the stage this time. I hope it's able to, because this is what I've been looking forward to, even though Mr. Messenger isn't exactly breakthrough 3 yet, but it should allow for some leniency, I hope. I hope. Medic. And now I can begin the master plan, if you will. Alright, plop you down here. Start attacking. One of them will turn backwards, that's okay. Put you here. Let's use you to break that one quickly. We'll hold. We can hold. That's fine. We'll need a guitar solo. Give me some DP. Very nice. I've got lots of DP to use now. Very nice. This is an excellent result. Nuke. That doesn't die from that approach, unfortunately. This stupid wasp is always the pain in my neck, I guess. Are you moving forward? Are you teleporting? You are teleporting. She just sort of disappeared. It's kind of unsettling. Oh, there she is. Can I still do this? Use your skill there. Suna to nuke the boss. Why is the boss stuck there? It's so weird, man. Is that normal? Is this what normalcy looks like? Oh no, they've broken through. That's not good. I gotta retry that. I gotta retry this attempt with slightly more damage on my unit, I guess. The thing with it is that the Helai over here deals 451 times 416. That would be 1600 damage or so. You will deal 577, 107% of your damage, but you can pull enemies away. I'm going to try you this time. I hope something nice would happen. I can hope. I can dream. That doesn't mean it'll work, but I can dream. I don't know, I like this strategy. It's such a clean way of approaching this stage, but it needs some finagling. Needs some fine-tuning, I think. Very clean and very sexy way of approaching this stage. Medic, keep my units healthy. We can begin this plan after the wasps are summoned, I guess. Move forward, and now I can begin. Suna here as well. Nuke the boss. Yaston there to help build the strategies. Help build the damage necessary for the strategy. Is Yaston going to give me a good guitar solo this time? Somewhat decent. Okay. About to be summoned. Let's put one down preemptively, so it nukes that wasp, I suppose. There we go. Pull it away. Keep Mr. Messenger on the boss. Deal more damage. Deal more damage. Oh, my vanguards have been broken through. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. Oh, look, the boss! It's running! It's properly running forward. Excellent. This is sort of what I wanted to, what I want to happen, if you will. This is sort of what I want to happen. Yaston. I hope Yaston's enough to break the boss down, but I could be wrong. Last time I did this, I had to do it without Volunteer dealing damage to the boss. So this is a bit sketchy, just a bit. Can I beat the boss in time before they start damaging my terminal? That's the question. My terminal can't be damaged. I can't let them damage my terminal. That is a problem. How do I do it in a way that allows my terminal to be preserved? Maybe I should use what's that called? Maybe I should use Defender from Yaston to keep my units alive that much longer. That's what I'm thinking at the very least. That doesn't mean it's a good idea, it just means what I'm thinking. Let them get summoned, move forward. Okay, moving forward. Yaston form. Let's preemptively deal some damage to the boss, so we don't have any delays later on. We will withhold that for until we need it. Guitar. Perfect. Good. I'm getting better at that, but it's not a perfect measure. I'm just getting slightly better at that. It's almost time for them to be summoned. Let's put you down. And put you down. Magnetize those things away from Mr. Messenger and the problematic boss, just so we have a strategy to use later. Okay, guitar, let's go. More music, please. Very nice. Mr. Messenger is running back. I'm gonna move you back with that particular back button this time. Let's use Isanto to pull these, nuke the boss, put the arts form, and snipe with Bunika. Is it enough to deal with the boss? Was it damaged? Was it damaged? Yes! Okay. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I can farm this one now, I guess, but I'm gonna do it once, just to see if the auto display saved properly. Once it does, I will be able to use this to grind devices. Hallelujah, if that's even an appropriate term to use in this scenario. Volunteer is a pretty powerful unit. I used to use her with a Mr. Messenger over here to help deal with the problem, but not that necessary as it turns out. Oh. Okay, after the boss move forward, spam my specialist over there, deal some damage to the boss. Boss can't really do anything at this moment because of the what's that called? Because of the shield that's protecting Mr. Messenger right now. Each shield helps to absorb an instance of damage, which makes them that much more reliable. Continue spamming that. I could use the guitar a long time ago. I just didn't pay attention. Once the boss emerges, use the rewind button, move the boss backwards. Even though the boss deals a lot of damage, this is fine as long as Volunteer and Glitney over here can hold the boss for a little longer. Just enough for Arts Form Yaston to get down and perform a perfect auto deploy. Good, I can now farm this stage. I am pleased. You have no idea how pleased this makes me. Maybe a bit too pleased. Let's not go there. It's gone too far. Oh god. Oh dear. Anyway. Let's see. Mr. Messenger will need... No, not you. Mr. Messenger will require a few of these materials to promote. Does this need any No, it does not. I've grinded that for nothing. No, wait, it's not for nothing. You need it, right? You need it. I'm fairly certain you need it. Yes, this one needs devices. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I will now endeavor to raising just you, actually. Since I could clear that stage without breaking through Mr. Messenger to breakthrough 3 for the additional stats, I can more or less focus on bringing you up to breakthrough 4. That's my plan at the very least. I will be right back with my grinding. Alright, yeah, I've formed up some of this. I have to keep farming. There's no such thing as a, what's that called? There's no such thing as an easy farm, so I'll just have to keep climbing until I get there someday. But yeah, I'm more or less done with grinding for today. I don't have any attempts left to exchange with. And all of my crystals here have been going into energy so far. I know, I should probably save it for some pools. Like, pools are important. I get that. It's not like I'm blind to it. It's just that, you know, I always thought of this as like an energy resource. And it's more important having this as an energy resource. Because what I have right now, if I raise them all to level 150, I can still beat the stages. At least I think I can. There are no units that are in my possession which are insufficient for clearing the stages. I just need enough time/resource to raise all of these units. Eventually, I'm planning on raising you as well as you. I'm not sure how well these two will do, but I'm planning on raising the both of you eventually. You, I'm not sure. Should I raise you? You have a sort of what's that called? Your attack speed increases gradually as you keep attacking the same target, and after 5 seconds, it will increase upwards to 120% damage. Yes, your attack speed increases, and I think it's what's that called? This is how fast the attack speed will increase to, so it becomes 120% faster than usual. If you have him at breakthrough 4, and let him sit there for 4 seconds, somehow, if you can keep him there for 4 seconds, he becomes a monster. He becomes a DPS monster, literally just melting the enemy like mad. Look at this. Look at how fast he's shooting that drone, man. Look at that. That is mad. That can't be real. That's mad. The only thing that's limiting him, I think, is the low attack. So you're probably the type of unit that will benefit from, this sort of chip where every normal attack deals 40 true damage. Since your attack speed ramps up like a motherfucker, you will benefit the most from that sort of chip. As for you, game time will be useful because you have a talent where you're able to grant a shield. So putting it straight away helps you to keep the units healthy. Speaking of healthy, I want to raise you. You're the second group you're the second group medic. I want a group medic. I mean, I like single target medics as much as the next person, but I'm probably going to go with the group medic. It's interesting though. This one activates at breakthrough 1. He grants this shield at breakthrough 1. That's very nice. And when he's at breakthrough 3, every second he's on the field grants 10 energy to all units on the field, which is interesting, actually. No, he grants 10 energy to each operator that's put on the field. So if you're going with a very spammy strategy, you can see over he had 2 +10s. If you're going with a very spammy strategy where you dump units very quickly, Heinrich will benefit greatly from that sort of rush strategy, which is good actually, because you want to be aggressive in this game. You want to be very, very aggressive in this game. Alright then, since I've already indulged you this much, I may as well do something that is appropriate for what I've done today. I've read PL 6-1 already. Now I'm going to read this. Yeah. 陈灭父女之死. Oh no, father-daughter death. What is this I'm reading? What? Oh no. I wanted to enjoy the story parts with you guys, so I have been avoiding them deliberately. I've just been skipping over them, so my reactions are more or less raw, if you will. Let me just drink a bit of water before I begin though. It's been a hot day. It's like 30, 35 degrees average, 36 where I live. It's pain. I like to say it's the mood for beer, but at the same time, beer just dehydrates you further, so maybe not. Alright, I haven't tapped it by accident.
因为我的愚蠢，波桑才彻底落入勒维尔的圈套里。
It is because of my folly that... No, let me try that with Haru's voice.
It is because of my folly that Posong has fallen into the hands of the Lawayans. 爸爸是为了我，才延续着这样可怕的错误。My Dadapon has continued this mistake for my sake.
Mistake. I can't pronounce that very clearly. Block sign users. Weather too hot. Immune system's down. Whatever.
做错事情的人是我。I'm the one who's at fault here.
No. 你可以做任何你想做的事情是这个世界先对不起你。You can do anything you want, my daughter. It is this world that has wronged you, not the other way around.
大家做错了什么？那些毫无知情死去的人做错了什么呢？ Everyone's at fault for something. Those who have died without...
Let me think. 毫不知情死去的人。毫不知情? How do I translate that? Let me think.
The people who have lost their lives without even knowing why. What have they wrong? Where have they gone wrong?
没有价值的人应该为有价值的人牺牲，这不正是他们教会我们的吗？ Those without values should sacrifice themselves to those with value. Is this not the way that they have taught us?
Is this not like a sort of... Is this not the standard procedure that has been taught to us by the government, which is pretty screwed up, honestly. Oh, we must focus only on value. It's leaning very heavily on the polity economy. It's kind of painful, honestly. I just noticed that my bottle is currently at the 400 milliliter mark. That is beautiful. Not the time to be distracted. Oh my god, stop. Oh, focus. Have I translated that? Yes.
这不正是他们教会我们的吗？ Wasn't this the message they've been teaching us all along?
No, it can't be. This is wrong. This is really wrong, Dadapon.
春绝望地嘶喊着 She screamed in despair at her father. Screamed. I'd like to say holler, but it's not that severe, I think. I learned that recently. I learned that 2 days ago. Haha. Putting all the English I've learned to good use. Yeah. Okay.
大家都是无辜的，背负着这样罪恶的我，才是那个应该用死来赔罪的人。Everyone is innocent. The one shouldering all of these sins should be me. I'm the one who should die in their... I'm the one who should die in their name. For their sake.
每一次你都会这样说。Every time you regain your memories, you'd say that. 没关系，只要再一次忘记这一切就好了。It's all right. It'll all be fine as long as you forget this one more time. Forget about this one more time. 春，忘掉这一切，爸爸一定可以治好你。哈夫。Forget it all. Dadapon will definitely treat you. Will definitely take care of you.
Treat you.
爸爸一定可以治好你。Dadapon will definitely be able to treat you. 杜牧师大人，请让他变回原来的样子吧。 Dumus, Lady Dumus, please let her return to what she once was. Please help her. No, please let her return to what she once was. I beg of you, please.
既然你如此恳求了 since you've pleaded so earnestly.
格拉特及杜姆斯的精神线条增加而来。let me see， 似乎下一秒就要将我们吞噬。Dumus and Glut's sort of what's that called? Ego tails? Tentacles, I guess. Ego tentacles lashed out at us and trying to swallow us whole. Ha! Lots of sword blows. Woohoo! 锋利的刀光闪过，锋尖威切断精神力线条。同护卫在我的身边。Lots of slashes happened. What was that? Oh God, sorry. Distracted. Something happened in my house. I have to check later. I felt that on my feet. I felt that with my feet. Oh God, it was like a tiny earthquake or something. Oh. The sharp blade glinted and like flashed in the dark. Basically, a lot of cuts. Mr. Messenger's swords cut all of the Lewian nerves, the ego nerves, the tails basically, the nerves, the tentacles. No, not really tentacles, not really tails. Nerve is I don't know how to describe this thing. I hope the official English release comes out so there's a formalized name for these things because I can't tell what that is. Well, Mr. Messenger cut apart those tentacle things and Yaston protected me by standing in front of me. 他们的目标是春小姐. Their objective is Miss Haru. I didn't have to say it that way. He's a more gentle person. Their objective is Miss Haru. 在片混乱中，村已经被勒维亚们包围了起来。Amid the chaos, Haru has already been surrounded by Lewayans.
你们做什么 What are you doing?
林奈先生 Mr. Makoto， 我可从来没有说过能让她重新变回人类。I have never promised that she would return to a human being. Only that'll make her better.
How do you plan on making her better?
I will turn her into a Lewian.
What?
So yeah, okay.
不好意思，这个女孩已经被作为礼物送给在下了。Sorry to interrupt. This lady has already been packaged as a gift for yours truly.
What do you mean? What is the meaning of this?
Nah, I don't like that English phrase. It's like 6 words long. What is the meaning of this? It's so wordy, man. Just
What do you mean?
对于我们来说，春小姐确实是非常重要的合格品呢。To us, Miss Haru is a very, very valuable, compatible product.
yeah, her compatibility is very high, especially with Glatter. So Glatter can shed her previous shell and take over Haru's body. It's kind of screwed up. So yeah. In case you weren't, reading the previous chapter segments, but why wouldn't you? Come on, I have videos of that. I have videos of like chapter 5 and 6 upwards, like I don't even know anymore. Alright.
林奈先生，既然都将那么多同伴变成勒维亚了，这一次也请狠下心肠吧。
Mr. Makoto. Sorry, let me do it with her voice.
Mr. Makoto, Since you've already turned so many comrades into Lawayans, why don't you stomach it down? It's just another person.
This just another person's important.
Yeah, it's the whole trolley problem all over again, unfortunately.
走开！我才不想变成你们这样的怪物。Go away! I don't want to become a monster like the lot of you. I still have a future with La Man. I still have so many nights to go through with her, to rub our genitalia together, to lick our nipples and...
Oh god, I can't improvise that kind of thing. I need to plan out what I want to say if I want to proceed with that joke. I can't do it. I can't do it, okay.
春小姐变成勒维亚之后就不会再痛了哦。Miss Haru, if you turn into a Lawayan, there will be no pain left.
You won't feel pain anymore. It's more accurate, but still, yeah.
活着不好吗，春小姐 Isn't that a life worth admiring, Miss Haru?
Let go of her! How dare you!
No, it literally says let go of her. Down there.
Let go of her! How dare you! She's my sex partner! She's my partner in bed!
我绝不允许你们将波松变成糟蹋人性的地方。I will never allow you to turn Bosong into a place where you dehumanize and degrade these people.
Sort of, how do I say this? 糟蹋人性的地方 where you shit on humanity, where you trounce on humanity, where you... I don't know the proper word for this. I'm not English. I don't speak that well. Do I? Do you speak well? Is your English to a fairly decent standard, or is it just shit? I can't tell. The screen's too small. I can't translate English. I'm a failure of both a Taiwanese and as a foreign language learner. Fuck me. Oh no.
绝不允许你们让大家都沦为为了活下去不惜吞着同胞生命这样披着人皮的怪物。
I will not let you to turn everyone against each other for the sake of living, to bite and pull and claw at each other. This sort of what's that called? This sort of self-destructive being. It's like how do I say this? It's like when you have crabs inside of a pail, and one of them tries to climb up, but like the rest pull them down with them. It's sort of creating this scenario where, people sabotage each other for their own benefit and so on. Not really to their own benefit. People sabotage others when they know they can't have that benefit, which is sort of the experience that you're having with within Posong at the moment. So.
活着本身就是一件非常功利的事情。Living itself is such a tedious thing, isn't it? 植物、动物，你们和我们，不都是所谓食物链中的一环吗？ Plants, animals, you and us, are we not all part of the same food chain?
Well, not really.
Are we not all part of the same segment on the food chain? 生命本就是建立在牺牲之上的可怕存在，不是吗？ Life itself is built upon the sacrifice. Would you not agree? 人
That's me. Whoops. 人并不是仅仅只求苟活的生物。Humans are not such simple creatures to wish for such baseness. I suppose, if that's even a proper word for this. 你们未免太看不起人类了。You look down on humanity too much.
不会吧？居然会这么天真 I seriously can't believe that you're so naive.
Suddenly, Dumus let out a strange expression on her face. Oh, are you recalling something? 她痛苦地鬼住手部的黑色骨骼，仿佛漆黑的晶体中有着什么可怖的存在，正在吞噬着她的身体。She clutched her black-colored forearm tightly, and as though something within the pitch black crystals on her arms was alive, and alive and shivering and in fear, and it's currently swallowing her, engulfing her. Sort of, I suppose. Let me try and translate this. 一种可人的威胁弥散开来，战场陷入了死一般的肃静，勒维亚们都僵立在原地。A sort of bone chilling, how do I say this? You know how in some no, that's not a very good example, is it? I'm not even sure if the English readers understand that. So, you have a sort of aura, a sort of key thing going on when you're talking about these sorts of wuxia and Chinese fantastical martial artsy sort of fiction. You tend to have this sort of energy that is felt, in a sense, this key-like thing. Something that resembles that is being emitted. It's like a sort of a wavy, hazy feeling, like Dragon Ball Z or something. There, that's a better. Oh no! What? It's sort of like a Dragon Ball Z feeling, and it seeped into the entire expanse, the entire room that they were in, and everyone who felt that change had this sort of paralysis with them, and everything went dead silent. The Leweyans didn't dare to move; they just stood there.
你家的大人，为什么你要亲自降临吗？
Nigel, why? Do you wish to descend yourself?
你家的大人，
Master Nigel. Nigel. I'm not sure. Nigel. Nejal. Nejal. Nejil. I don't know. I'm not an Englishman. 杜牧斯再一次睁开了眼睛，似乎刚才的痛苦从未出现过。Dumus, what's it called? Opened her shut eyes and just basically snap back to reality. Snap back to reality! And pretended as though whatever just happened didn't happen. Snap back to reality. Oh my god. I love it. Where's the clip? There we go. Snap back to reality. It's very nice. As though the pain she experienced earlier was a lie of sorts. 但她眼中的细节及漫不经心都已消失不见，被一种绝对的漠然及冷酷取代。But the sort of whimsical, playful attitude she had, where she basically played with her food, that sort of personality was replaced entirely with a sort of a cold, calculative personality taking over. 所有勒维亚，包括格拉特在内，都疯疯在地，连呼吸都在颤抖。All the Leweyans, including Glatter, just stood there frozen on the ground without movement, and they were afraid to even breathe. It felt as though they were afraid to even, breathe or move in the slightest. What happened? It descent. Basically, Nijal used the sort of hive mind connections it has with like these Lawayans to basically take over the ego of Dumus, I suppose. 勒维亚的意义共通是更高阶的勒维亚控制了它的意义。Sort of communion it's a sort of ego communion among the Lawayans, and an even higher ranking Lawayan can dominate and control her ego. So yeah, that's supposed to be Dumus. Is she still cute to you? You know how they talked about how like Dumus is supposed to Dumus and Glata are referred to as Beauty and the Beast. Is this the beauty to you? Does this look like a beauty to you?
你家了，若想让整体保持永久的稳定，则部分对部分的破坏需获得相对平衡，毁灭再生，能量转移，这是生命的制衡之道。
Very philosophical, very poetic. Not sure if I can translate this. If we wish for the, let me see, 整体保持永久的稳定. If we wish for the entire system of bodies to remain in equilibrium, 则部分对部分的破坏需获得相对平衡. The destruction that occurs on both sides must reach a ceasefire? No, must reach a balance, I suppose. Must reach a balance between each other. Destruction and rebirth. That's 毁灭再生. Destruction and rebirth. 能量传移. The transcendence of powers. 这是生命的制衡之道. This is the way of life. This is the pathos of life. It's very, very poetic. I am going to have a lot of problems translating this poetic shit. I don't know enough. Know enough literary English to translate this to a sufficient degree, but I'll do my best. Okay. 抛弃残弱无能的同伴. No, let me try using his voice.
抛弃残弱无能的同伴，以维持种群最大的利益。强者敲鼓吸髓，从弱者之身获得供养的资源，弱者则向更弱者举起屠刀。
Naturalism. That's the first impression I get. Okay, let me try and describe that. 抛弃残弱无能的同伴 to discard weak, redundant, useless comrades. 以维持种群最大的利益 in the benefit/interest of the group. In the greatest benefit/interest of the group that you're a part of. 强者敲骨吸髓 the strong break bones and suck out the strong shall break bones and suck the marrow. 从弱者之身from the weak 获取供养的资源to feed and prey upon the weak. 弱者则向更弱者举起屠刀 and the weak will bear their fangs towards those weaker than them still. It's basically like, nature, I guess. You have a predator eating the prey, then the prey eating the grass, but the grass eats nothing. The grass just produces its own sort of ideology. Naturalism, basically. Survival of the fittest, naturalism, whichever you prefer.
我以为人类是最懂这个道理的物种。
And so I thought that humans were the ones who understood this the best. Who understood this principle the best. Seeing that they not only survived not only they survive being a part of the middle of the food chain, but also manage to reach their way towards the top. The problem is, those who reach the middle of the food chain and those who reach the bottom of the food chain tend to be ancestors, and unfortunately those experiences do not necessarily transfer over, so he is a little mistaken. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay. This is Mam Yat in a flashback with the commander. Let me read a bit. 人类的本性是自私，因着天性，在有限的资源内，总是存在着一切人反对一切人的战争。Humans are fundamentally, inherently selfish, and it's because of this trait that we always have a sort of human versus human wars that feature humans attacking humans or humans versus humans. People oppressing people because of this issue with humanity being inherently evil. That is what they call Hobbes. If you know who Thomas Hobbes is, he was an interesting philosopher who discussed how people are inherently selfish, and his philosophy basically went something like how do I say this? All people have the potentiality to become great. Basically, everyone, once they acquire the knowledge of like reading this text or performing a certain skill and so on, all people have the potentiality, the base ability to become great men, and everyone recognizes that everyone else has this potentiality. And Thomas Hobbes basically did this sort of interesting argument where it is precisely because of this potentiality that people recognize, yet not have any, it's precisely because of the potentiality that people recognize, yet its dissonance with social reality. That being said, being that two men like a single wife, but because of the homogeneous relationship that you have, it prevents you from acquiring this relationship with the individual, especially if she chose to marry the other guy. And it's because of this limitation of the social reality versus this potentiality that people have towards achieving great things that calls people to have wars, to fight with each other, to conflict with each other. And basically that's what Thomas Hobbes proposes. It's because people are inherently selfish to the point that they naturally want to fight and want to engage with each other. Of course, that's one perspective. If you have to consider the other perspective as well, which is the Rousseau perspective, being that while Thomas Hobbes proposed that humans were inherently selfish, as is what Mamyata is suggesting here, Rousseau suggested that humans were inherently good-natured. Humans were inherently good and altruistic and so on. But the social reality of living in our world, as well as the sort of circumstances that we experience in our nurturing process, these things force us to adopt an evil stance, force us to perform and commit evil things. Otherwise, everyone wants to be on good terms. Everyone wants to feel happy, wants to feel good. It's not like people intentionally sabotage a day just because they like being mean. That's not true, right? That's not true. So Thomas Hobbes, the argument that Thomas Hobbes raises is an interesting take on the very nature of the human condition, but I think Rousseau's argument also has equally valid points. Mamyata leans more towards Hobbesian, if in case you're wondering. That's why I started this whole discussion here. I don't know why I started talking about philosophy, but but yeah, there you go. 勒维亚的到来掩护了这些矛盾，将已经分崩离析的世界， 强硬地溶解了起来。The arrival of the Leweians. The arrival of the Leweians helped us to deprioritize these issues, these contradictions, and cause this already fragmented world to properly to properly harden and melt together, so it becomes interconnected to the point where it's hard to separate basically. 即使敌人消失，人类的未来也并非笔直的版图，这是我无法改变的人之本性。Even if the enemies are all gone, humanity will always have a complicated road ahead of them. This is the one fact that I can never change, the very nature of humanity. He's taking a very Hobbesian perspective on this though, so don't feel too bad if you don't agree with him, because whether humans are inherently selfish/evil or whether humans are inherently good, that is something that is difficult to decide. As someone who's seen both sides of the fence, I would say I lean more towards Russell, but I can see how Hobbes has a legitimate argument based on his life experience and what he's seen. Marmiata, in the same sense, probably has seen the similar events that Hobbes has undergone in his own life and so on. So yeah, it's just some context in case you were wondering about how deep the characters are trying to explain about this sort of philosophy of the philosophy of these political ideologies. Nigel. Nigel? Who are you? Who is he? This man. William Dafoe getting his movie destroyed by Mr. Bean. Haha. 你到底是谁？是玛米亚特，还是那个叫尼加勒的勒维亚 ？Who are you exactly? Are you Mamiat, or are you the Lewian called Nigel? Nigel 降临在杜牧斯身上，那名为尼加勒的岗位，勒维亚并没有回答这个问题。The Nigel who descended upon Dumus and her, and dominated her ego, did not give a reply to the commander. I don't know, it's so weird because the sentence structure of the Chinese is completely different from the English. That was weird. Trying to translate that sentence was weird. 在广大的精神力压迫下，波特利系统的精神讯号微渐削弱。Under the immense pressure of the ego energy radiating from Dumus, the Bodley system's signals got weaker and weaker. It was harder to stay connected to the Bodley system basically. 妇女之死 Oh no, Forderu and Doteru are dying.
no.
Okay, sorry. 那精神成党彻底摧毁了波特利系统的精神防护仪仗，一如当年大陷落之战一样。How do I say this? That unbelievably strong quake shattered the defenses of the Bodley system, much like what happened in the prologue of the story when the fields were breached and broken through. Retreat! God damn it! The ego protection casing is gone. Yeah, if you don't have an ego protection casing or you engage these Leweians, you get corrupted into Leweians. So this is a preventive measure for those who are in combat, but at the same time, it's only ever a short-term measure, which is probably why you have the time limit up there. I'm not sure if that's correlated with the actual plot of the story, but yeah, it's something you can think about. Actually, I feel like I've read that in chapter 2 or chapter 1. I can't remember. I might have. It's been a while. I can't tell. basically the what's it called? Ego protection field is waning. It's disappearing. So they can't stay for long. They can't engage the enemy for long. 黑呀，游霄，拉曼，退到后面去。你们现在随时有可能被转化。Black Crow, Ronin, Laman, to the back. You are at risk of transforming. You are at risk of being completed into Lewayans. 只有我和风间先生的话，deny 不了多久。If it's just me and Mr. Messenger, we won't hold for long. There's too many enemies. There's too many of them. 波特利系统无法执行，我们必须马上散退。Sorry, let me use a gentler voice with him. 波特利系统无法执行，我们必须马上散退。The Botley system won't hold. We have to retreat. We must retreat.
We can't. Haru is still in their hands.
No.
Haru is still in their clutches.
Yes, I know. I was tempted to make a Laman and Haru sex joke again, but let's not go there. This is a fairly dramatic moment. I don't want to ruin it too much with that sort of joke. The joke doesn't even have any credence or any basis for appearing, but apparently Laman and Haru is lesbian, at least in my own internal universe. Let's hope it's not you. Let's hope it's not the case in your own. I can't verbalize English. I am dead. I'm dead. 失去了精神力，引发连锁的离子风暴。杜牧斯，不，或许应该说是逆驾了，在风暴中俯视着我们，仿佛在观察蚂蚁，反而在观察烧蚁。The ego energy that lost control started a chaotic radiation storm. Dumus, or should I say Nigel just observed us from a distance as though we were watching insects. Glotter.
是你家的大人。Yes, Master Nigel, I don't know.
那就是属于你的合品吗？
Does that compatible product belong to you? Is that your compatible product?
That's right, my lord.
如同深海一样，令人窒息和绝望的精神力弥散到了整个空间之内。As though it were the deep sea, or like the deep sea, an overwhelming and despairing amount of ego energy poured forth into that entire space around there. Oh no, Haru! 那爆泄的精神力从村的神经炸开，视觉消失了，极端的痛苦不断至来。The destructive amount of ego energy caused her mind to literally blow out. Her vision faded, and immense, tremendous pain caused her to engulf her body. I'm not sure if it caused convulsions yet, but yeah, it's pretty bad. 意义被扔入滚烫的岩浆之中，消除、沉底、凝固，融入一片巨大的黑色岩晶之中。Her ego touching that space, literally, melted, sunk into, solidified with, and like melded into a part of the giant black crystal. Haru! Makoto charged forward and used his body to withstand the terrifyingly dense ego energy. which then surrounded the both of them completely, submerging them. Stop it!
Stop it now.
我只能容忍你小小的任性而已，可不会给你打乱我步调的机会。
I will only permit your willfulness. I will not allow you to disrupt my plans. God damn it! Too weak. 太弱的话是无法保护任何东西的。Too weak to protect anything precious to you. 要变得强大。You have to be stronger. 那样我们才会有再次相会的一天。That way we will finally reconvene as enemies.
让我们开始吧，林来春，这一天我期待已久。Let us begin then. Haru, I've waited for this day for so long.
在勒维亚的精神入时下，春的身体上一寸一寸地浮现出结晶，几乎要将他的身体撕裂。Under the influence and control of the ego energy, crystals rapidly formed on Haru's body, as though threatening to, bury her, swallow her whole. 他痛苦地卷锁在地面上，泄力将所有悲惨的呻吟都咽回喉咙。She painfully writhed on the floor. Basically her death throes, just struggling, the last bits of resistance against the madness.
补完，我感受到了，哈哈哈哈哈哈。
Successfully locked in. What the fuck? There's no better word for this, I think. Is there? I can't tell. Replenishment complete, I guess. Replenishment complete. I feel it. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's unfortunate. Yep, that's basically Glutter dominating her ego. 春的意义空间只剩下一片灰烬的废尘在废墟，在这死白中，广大的恶魔龙照着他。Her mind has become like this wasteland, and in this deathly white, a gigantic cage descended upon her.
No. No.
Uh-oh. You're not getting out of that.
Shh. Sleep now, my child. 欢迎加入我们，我可怜的猎物。Welcome to our ranks, my pitiful prey.
Who's bad? Who's Batman?
No.
You have no way of resisting. She's screaming at basically. 她凄厉地尖叫着，我从未听过如此绝望的声音。The scream she emitted was a despair I had never heard before. This is what happens when you have preparation in mind. You're a villain, you set up, you prepare everything, it plays out properly, and the heroes don't stop. Because you convince the idiots that are following your orders that they are doing the good thing. You convince them that they're heroes, and it becomes that much easier to reinforce the problematic structures in governance. Makoto should never have been given any power.
Too bad, because he's a former commander and everyone wants a strong, reliable, authoritarian fascist leader to lead them through dark times.
This is what happens when you don't practice democracy. Here's Batman. 林乃晨握紧了手中的能量枪，徒劳地对着虚空攻击着。 Makoto held the energy rifle, the energy pistol tightly in his hands, and used a considerable amount of strength, firing at emptiness. He can't even see anymore. He can't even tell where it is.
不准靠近我的女儿 ！Don't approach! Don't you dare touch my daughter!
不玩，
No,
不玩，到底是什么意思？ What do you mean by replenishment? 爸爸 Grata, the Lewian is strengthening. Is it because of me? Is it because I'm here? Is it because I exist?
No. It's not related to you. It's not your fault. Haru, hold on. Dadapon will protect you.
爸爸，不可以让他们得逞。Dadapon, you must stop their advance. Bosong cannot be destroyed under my mistake. Dadapon,
Haru, I'm over here. Dadapon's over here.
林濑诚将虚弱的女儿抱进怀中。He basically gave her a huggy. He hugged her basically.
爸爸，请杀了我吧。Dadapon, kill me.
Nani? What are you saying?
I brought so much trouble to everyone and killed so many people, even if indirectly. I have no...
It's okay. It's okay. We'll leave Posong. We'll leave this place. Everything will be fine. Haru.
I have no right. For who I am, for what I've become, what right have I to pursue happiness?
Aw, you poor thing.
The one thing I missed the most was that peaceful, warm Posong and the gentle and your gentle demeanor. Your gentle face.
I guess.
你从行政厅里走出来，夕阳中，所有人都快乐地笑着和你问好。For you to walk out of the state building under that sunset, where everyone smiled and greeted you with smiles, where everyone happily greeted you with smiles. That's my father. That's my Dadapon, who brought everyone happiness.
Haru. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Too late to say sorry, you dumb fuck. What can you do? You don't understand. You never did. People don't honor their promises, and you expect Lewians to do the same. Come on, you can't be that gullible.
Russian it.
抱歉，如果不是因为我，爸爸一定不会做这样的事情吧。I'm sorry. Were it not for me, you would never do something like that, would you, Dadapon? 明明是出色的军官，却为了照顾我，放弃了自己的人生。You're a great commander, and yet you threw that away just to take care of me.
No. It's because of your birth. It's because of your smile that Dadapon understands what happiness is.
那样憎恨勒维亚的爸爸，却为了救我。The Dadapon who hated Lewian so much, yet in order to save me. Because of me, Dadapon was willing to trample on people's lives to sustain my own. Because of me, all these horrible things, Dadapon chose to turn a blind eye to protect me.
All I want to do is see you healthy. Dadapon. Just wanted to see you smile.
But I am smiling.
Okay, sorry for the joke, but
I am smiling whenever I'm with Laman.
What? You can't be serious at a time like this.
I'm sorry. It's because of me. This daughter of yours was too depraved. This daughter of yours was too depraved to hold back my sexual urges.
Oh no. No, this is not your fault. The blame is all mine.
I'm unable to shoulder and burden this guilt. I have no courage left to survive and face this world. Tatapon, nobody wants to accept a homosexual relationship.
Even if no one will, I shall. Laman is basically a daughter to me, as much as you are.
Tatapon,
Okay, not the time for an emotional, touching father-daughter moment. They're dying anyway.
I don't want to become food for the Loweyans. I don't want them to be stronger because of me. Tatapon, I don't want to turn into that monster.
You sure have a lot of time to talk, even while Glatter is basically penetrating your mind in order to feed on your ego. How do you have this much energy to talk? That makes zero sense, you know? It's so draggy. If you're gonna die, fucking die. You don't need all this build up. I've read that part, you know. I've read all of the story parts from chapter 1 upward, from the prologue upwards to now. I know what you've been through. I really don't need this recap. I'm just saying, okay? 春的眼神开始不算，晶体已经寻渐蔓延到他的双眼，透出一种令人心火的黑色。Basically, eyes started to darken. The crystals have spread so far that it's even manifesting on the eyes, turning them black. She struggled, breathed, and what's that called? She struggled, breathed, and writhed, and the saliva coming out of her mouth like a dry river, coughing out the last bits of water.
Please, let me leave.
Let me die, basically.
Oh, no!
Tatapon, please. I want to die as your child, not as that monster. Tatapon, please. Let me. This is my last wish.
Haru!
Bang! 那是一声惊愕的枪声，仿佛梦在名为绝望的城中，阴云中重重地敲击在我的心上。It affected the commander character a lot, but it probably doesn't affect you anymore. You've read enough of this shit. It's so... how do I say this? It's not bad writing, it's just draggy. Very draggy. It's you spend 27 minutes writing out an entire essay where you can just say, yes, the people agreed that cocaine was a bad idea. You know, it's a sort of contradictory feeling that I have with the story for this. I don't hate it. It's just I don't like it. Oh my god. Ah! You shot her. You shouldn't be screaming anymore. You shot her. Are you kidding me? You crazy. 在宁奈先生的哭嚎中，春的手滑落在地上，最后一滴泪从他的眼角落了下来。Within his wails and cries, Haru's hand lost strength and collapsed onto the floor. The final drop of tear streaking down of her face. You see this enough times to not feel any drama from it. Once you touch into, this sort of scenes enough, it's not that interesting anymore. You just see too much of this. I've seen too much. The things I've seen. What have you seen? The fact that I can describe Hobbs and Russell to such a clarity should give you an idea of what I've already seen. I'm just saying, this stuff doesn't faze me anymore. This stuff doesn't faze me anymore. I'm like, ugh, what the fuck? 在另一个世界，他大概不会再流泪了。In another world, in another life, she would probably never have to shed tears like that. ever again.
Haru!
Haru! Haru! No! Who will gyrate with me in the future? Who will tease me before? You will tease me before sex? Who will perform roleplay on me? No! Who will serve as my stress outlet for all the abuse that Black Crow will give me? Bastard! Ah! How could you leave me alone in this world?
Basically. 滚滚烟尘中，拉曼被重重敌人包围着。他愤怒地向前开火，却无法靠近出一分一毫。Buried deep in the dark mist, Laman was surrounded on all fronts. She furiously fired her rifle, but was unable to approach Haru for even a centimeter because of how do I say this? How persistent the enemies are.
No! Haru!
林濑先生紧紧地抱着春的身体，泪水从他的脸上不断滚落下来。He gave her a very big and tight huggy, and tears can't stop streaming down his eyes. Really, you should be shooting her face, like shooting her in the forehead to stop the ego transfer. What are you doing? Even as she's bleeding out here, she's still getting her mind and ego absorbed by a fucking glatter. Come on. No sense of urgency. You're just clutching her side there. Yeah, you shot her gut. Congratulations, you should have shot her brain instead. Ay. And then now Glatter becomes super powered and she can do that shit in 6-10 all because of you. Makoto, I blame you, you bitch.
Haru! 就像现在一样，被埋在废坑的那个晚上，一定非常冷，非常害怕吧 ？Just like that night.
What's that called?
Just like that night.
To be buried under all that rubble.
You must be feeling cold and afraid, all alone. I'm sorry, my child. Every time I failed to protect you.
Protect. With 2 C's.
现在，你不用再被困在，这样的肉体里了。
糖体弱体 I can't tell. 合体里了。
You don't have to stay in this body anymore. You are free. We are all free.
Bang! Shoots himself. Figures. Where did you shoot yourself? That is the real question. Did you shoot yourself in the head? You coward! You shot yourself in the head and you shot her in the gut. Come on! What the fuck? 林濑城的电磁枪用完了最后的能量，带走了他主人的生命。It killed him, basically. Killed himself. What it busted? It killed her so she can't get resurrected. You killed her in the worst way possible because you still let the Lewins take her data, but then you killed yourself with the most efficient method possible. You piece of shit. You're the reason why Glatter is so damn tough in 6-10. I blame you. You're culpable. You're at fault. You're 100% at fault, Mr. Makoto. You're like the #1 hated character now. Okay, that's enough story reading. That's enough being high for tonight. So, yeah, I'll leave you to it. Have a good night. Day, night, day, whatever you prefer. Bye. See you next time. Hopefully I'll have cleared some of these stages. But before I clear these, I still want to raise my Spectre. Spirit. Spectre. Spirit. I can't tell. What are you? What are you?
What is it? What is it? I can't tell.
It's got crosses in the background, but it's got a shark motif theme, sort of. Is it? It looks watery, but it looks like bones at the bottom. I can't fucking tell. You're weird. You're objectively weird. Whatever. Alright, bye. I can't anymore. Probably going to raise you. Probably going to find a third chip for you as well. Piece of shit. And I'll have to raise you to level 90 first at least to hit like the damage cap, and that's so much shit to do.